Good afternoon, everyone. For administrative announcement, because this is frequently asked by some of our friends in the media. Who will use APIC lane or authorized to use the APIC lane? Number one, as per coordination with the ASTF Secretariat. Number one, APIC official plates issued by the National Organizing Committee. Siguro makikita nyo yung, you can see the plates, APIC 2015. Number two, vehicles, car passes, and decals. In-issue po yan ng APEC Security Task Force Secretariat for limited venues and periods. So kami din po, even though we have some decals and car passes, hindi po kami, kumbaga, pwedeng pumunta sa ibang lugar. And of course, specific period. And again, number three is plates number one, of course, that's for the President, 2 Vice President, 3 Senate President, 4 Speaker, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yun lang po ang pwedeng dumaan sa APIC lanes. We are already implementing that as of now because this is already the beginning of the APIC week. Andyan po yung mga kasamahan natin sa MMDA and then Highway Patrol to enforce this exclusive use of the APIC lane. Friday. Number coding. I'll check with the MMDA, kasi ang sa akin po is yung sa lane lang po muna ng APIC lane po ang binigay nila. Nevertheless, we'll check with the MMDA kung effective pa itong number coding. May mga areas na 2 lanes, may mga areas na 1 lane. We cannot really identify or determine kung anong ilang lanes sila kasi nga, of course, yung irregularity of yung laki at saka liit ng mga roads. So far is, sa ngayon is, wala pa naman, but I for one, dumaan din ako sa kanina sa EDSA, is maayos naman ang travel. But again, siguro this is high time for us to ask for the patience. Mapila po tayo sa ating mga kababayan na for this time is give us also chance to do our job. Umapila kami sa kanila, humingi ng paumanhin, try to understand the security measures being implemented by the security forces. So far, wala po. At,
arrests
wala po.
violating this?
Wala po. Again, siguro we emphasize that humingi kami ng pangunawa, understanding to everyone dito sa mga traffic congestion. And that is also in connection dito sa sasabihin ko ngayon because lately, merong mga text messages na lumalabas accordingly, and I was quoted on that in one particular media outlet. Ang sasabihin ko lang po, ang nasabi ko po doon is basically kung ano ang context ng aking message is that stay home and don't add to traffic congestion. Ang sabi ko nga po doon is that we encourage our the residents of Metro Manila to go to the provinces, to spend time with their families out of Metro Manila. Basically, the intention is to lessen the burden here yun sa traffic. But not basically because there's a threat of terrorism or whatever it is. Wala po yun. Ang nabanggit po doon, ang context po nun is we're appealing to our residents of Metro Manila para po maibsan yung traffic po dito sa Metro Manila. Sa ngayon wala pa naman po, ano? Of course, concerned din tayo nun because we want also to be responsive sa mga concern ng ating mga kababayan. Of course, we're concerned with their welfare, and that's the reason why we monitor whatever messages they sent us. We have a communication group that takes charge of that.
Is there a threat?
Ina?
Is there a threat?
None. As of this time, we did not receive any reports with regards to any threats related to this APEC event.
Sir, anong impact ng Paris attacks dun sa security measures na nilatag nyo? Meron po bang changes? Mas magdaragdag ba kayo? Maghihigpit?
We're sticking to the original operational plan. As we have said before, that all contingencies has already been considered. The basic question to be answered during the meeting, on the past meetings that we had, is what if these things happen? That means that all appropriate response to any situation has been deliberated, evaluated, examined, and all actions of the different agencies will already be considered. However, as the main event comes near, please expect that our troops, especially the members of the security task forces, will be very visible. There will be some patrols that will be conducted by the Philippine National Police as lead agency and will be supported by the Armed Forces of the Philippines. So, scalable po yung ating security measures. Magsimula ngayon hanggang doon po palapit na, then expect tight security measures that we will implement.
Sir,
That was already answered before by the Chief of the Philippine National Police, Police Director General Ricardo Marquez, and also no less than Ambassador Painor, that there will be no such interruption. However, if condition needs it, if it's really necessary for emergency purposes, then it might be. But in general terms, in general rule, there will be no such interruption.
sir, may...
Yes, ma'am. We are verifying those reports. We have intelligence units on the ground. We have the National Intelligence Fusion Center in this security task force who are validating and collating these reports. But as of now, we can say definitely that there is no such threat. Pag inantok po kami. I mean, sa dami po ng mga kasamahan natin sa media na gustong malaman yung mga impormasyon, is nakakatulog pa naman. Hindi na. As of this time, wala po. There's no such request. There's no adjustment in terms of security in relation to what happened in Paris, France.
That any of their, the delegates and the people they're bringing their own security details, have you made accommodations for their increase of their security detail?
Excuse me, can you?
Hi, can you hear me? Just a follow-up to that. Did you make any accommodation for any of the heads of state if they have an increase in security or have doubled up or have taken additional security measures because of what happened in Paris?
Same with the answer that was in the question a while ago. There was no request from any visiting economic leaders or for any adjustments. in relation to what happened in France, as of now, as of this time. Yes.
Protesters to launch several rallies around Metro Manila during the summit meeting.
As we have always emphasized, the Philippine National Police or the Security Task Force recognizes the free expression of every citizen or everyone without prejudice to the rights of others.
We heard that there were some people arrested in Makati this morning. Can you tell us more about it?
I haven't had that report yet, but as the days goes by, perhaps we can update you. But the basic rule of the police is that since the policy is no permit, no rally, then initially, you have already violated the law. If the local government did not give you any permit, then that is already a violation of Batas Pambansa 880. You cannot hold a rally if there is no permit. We have freedom parks, go there and air your grievances. But in areas wherein no permit was issued, then definitely you're violating the law. It depends on the local government if that was granted. If it is not, then they cannot.
Iwasan is a freedom park, sir.
Yes, but it depends now on the local government unit.
So even freedom parks need permits.
That is up to the local government because it is the local government that provides for the permission whether they can or they may not.
But under 880, freedom parks need permits. You were quoting Batas Pambansa 880.
Yes,
before.
but
So under that law, freedom parks need permits.
yes, but again, it depends on the local government unit. Whatever it is the decision of the local government. The Philippine National Police or the members of the Security Task Force will just implement what is issued by the different local government who gives permits to those who wants to go on rally.
Hello, sir. CNN Philippines. How many permits have been released then so far? Do you have data for organized rallies? Protests?
Permits? We don't have because there was already a pronouncement from the local government units that they will not issue permits. No, those affected areas, Manila, Mandaluyong, I'm not sure yet of Makati, but we'll check with the other areas, especially Pasay and Makati, where venues of the APEC conference will be held if permits were issued. But generally speaking, Manila, no permits were given.
Confirm reports na may mga arko na may greeting for the leaders of APEC that na bumagsak kanina, tapos may nabagsakan din pong police car?
Yes, kanina, merong isang arko na bumagsak at tinamaan nga yung ating police car. Fortunately, wala naman pong nasaktan. And nagkaroon kagad ng response at naayos naman po ito. Rojas, not really sure, ano? Pero nakita ko sa monitor namin, di ko lang nakita yung specific na lugar. But meron nga, nakita kong bumagsak. I'm not really sure kung anong structure yun kasi hindi sa amin po yun. Ano? That's engineering matter, so siguro tanong natin sa kanila kung ano yung design nila. Konti lang po, but fortunately hindi naman po, wala naman tinamaan doon na pulis po. So, yeah, nasa unahan po, tumama po doon. Hindi ko talaga personally, kung nakita yung tama doon sa car, because nakita ko doon sa TV. Nakita ko doon sa monitor namin because as you can see, yung monitoring, multi-agency coordinating center natin is parang ganito rin sa inyo. Makikita yung real time doon sa ground. So, nung tinignan ko ngayon, initially is tinamaan nga yung harap ng kotse. Yung dent, hindi ko masabi specifically. But again, personally, nakita ko po doon, may nakapatong doon na mahabang blue something na tinamaan yung car natin. Siguro dahil sa hangin. No. I mean, wala naman tayong nakikita pa doon, no? Indication that I cannot really comment on the design, whatever it is, design or because of the nature. But ang nakikita natin doon ay we will replace fortunately yun nga, walang nasaktan na police natin.
Sir,
Sa ngayon, wala pa, but there are reports that they will hold rallies. Ang amin lang po palagi ditong hinihiling is that pwede naman po mag-rally, pero wag lang pula tayo maging violente. Last SONA of the President, July 27, meron po kaming isang miyembro na pinalo po at tinamaan po dito sa ulo. Kung hindi po naagapan po yun, after that, baka namatay na po yung aming kasamahan na yun. Nagkaroon po ng blood clot, there was a clot sa brain niya, naoperahan po yun. Fortunately, our health services is capable of doing that. And again, sabi nga namin, kung hindi po naagapan yun, baka wala na rin yung ating kasamahan. Yan nga pong hiling namin sa ating mga kababayan na kung meron po silang, of course, lahat po natin nire-respeto yun is, huwag lang po tayo maging violente. Yes, ma'am.
Did you monitor the traffic situation today? I mean, did you monitor traffic situation today? How was it?
As to traffic, ma'am, the traffic management is handled by the MMDA. But at any rate, kung maybe itong pagdating pa, bukas po o darating pa na mga panahon, ay darating na araw is we'll really focus on traffic. And that's the reason why for the past weeks and for the past days, we have already advised our people, the residents to, of course, expect inconvenience.
Yes.
Talagang magkaka-traffic po because of number one is, of course, the volume of the vehicles in Metro Manila. And that is the reason why we have been advising the Metro Manila residents to stay in the province because yun po talaga ang ini-expect po natin dito sa Metro Manila.
I'm wondering if the traffic chaos this morning, like I don't know if you're aware of it, though, especially the one in Coastal Road, where traffic really stopped practically for, I mean, I was there for 3 hours. So I don't know if, and people had to walk. Nag-alay-lakad APEC kami mga tao kanina. So I don't know if it was, because people were blaming with the fact that it was not declared a non-working holiday for private offices. So I was wondering if there would be a recommendation to have it declared tomorrow. A non-working holiday.
Siguro po ay pwede nating i-recommend yan po sa nakakataas po because ang concern po ng aming task force is more on security. But again, kami po ay humihingi ng paumanhin po sa mga kababayan natin na naabala po sa ganitong sitwasyon. Though we have been announcing for the past days that Rojas Boulevard will be closed starting today. 16 to 20, and there have been so many information campaign with regard to this. Actually, nung Sabado, meron tayong simulation exercises, and of course, to let the people get the feel of really what is to happen during the actual exercise or the actual convoy runs of our visitors. That is the positive side. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Chief
Yes, sir.
Superintendent Mayor.
Yes, Melo.
What is the SOP of the Philippine National Police and other law enforcement agencies as far as protesters are concerned? I just received a report that a group of persons from Southern Tagalog were blocked somewhere near Buendia and Osmeña today.
Melo, if there is no permit that was issued by the local government, then definitely they cannot hold rally by virtue of the rule of no permit, no rally. So if they are planning to stage rally in some areas wherein they were not given permit, then definitely they should not go there and initiate their action.
How would you classify the approach? Parang may mga sasakyan sila at iikot sa iba't ibang lugar. Motorcade. How would you classify motorcade? Is it a demonstration? Thank you.
Though sa batas kasi is general yung ang definition ng public assembly, but again, ang point lang naman natin, kung moving naman sila at hindi naman nakakaistorbo, then but ang problema doon is of course they will cause traffic. And causing traffic is detrimental to others also. Kaya nga ang sabi namin dito is if you want to express your sympathy or grievances or any problems against the government, then it should not also affect others. That's the basic rule in the essence of the law. Yes, violation of law, when you violate the law, then you will be arrested, and of course, legal process will come in. Hello. Thank you. Pani.
What's the worst case scenario aside from traffic and the rallies?
As of this time, rallies. Yes. No. As of this time. But again, maybe we can appeal to them again. Again, sana po is maging maayos lang po ang kung meron man silang hinaing, then do it in a non-violent way.
Sir,
Tina.
APEC places, APEC venues, what do you advise them, sir?
We have been telling the public since then that there will be tighter security measures. Of course, there will be instances that you cannot really avoid going that place, maybe for emergency situation or any important function, but just expect tighter security measures that will be implemented. Yes. Kagaya ng nabanggit ko rin kanina, based on the operational plan, we have already tested, evaluated, examined all contingencies on a particular situation, the appropriate response of the Philippine National Police, and of course the task force. Task force is composed of 20 government agencies, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the PNP, Bureau of Immigration, of course the Department of Foreign Affairs, and other agencies, Maritime Group or Unit. Andyan po sila para po just in case meron pong sitwasyon, maka-respond po kami. Marami na pong meetings ang nangyari. I think it's already 37 meetings or sobrang lang, no? 38 meetings already held. And so many places, Boracay, Iloilo. Kaya yung mga kapulisan po natin at ibang puwersa po is, of course, yung naunang major event natin, the visit of the Pope. Na-train na po ang ating mga contingent. In addition, yes.
That groups dito sa Manila na gawin yung ginawa sa Paris?
So far as of this moment, wala pa tayong information na ganun. But sabi ko nga, any contingencies, any situation will be responded accordingly by our security forces.
Sir, you assigned policemen to Manila from the provinces. Hindi ba magkakaroon ng problema? You may have very few policemen in the regions and other vital installations outside of Metro Manila.
We have already considered that, Melo. Actually, we have what we call the Task Force on Public Order, and that's the reason why there is sub-task group on criminality to see to it that the anti-criminality campaign and the usual crime prevention, the mandate of the Philippine National Police, crime solution, crime prevention, is not compromised.
This may be classified, but how many policemen have been assigned to Metro Manila to complement the existing force?
Siguro is nabanggit na rin ito, no? What we can say only is yung strength ng National Capital Region, which is also already published, is meron tayong 18,000 sa NCRPO. The rest is, of course, yung 18,000 ito is, iba doon na sa APEC, ang iba naman is normal function, yung police duties natin, basically because, sabi nga is we don't want to compromise our anti-criminality campaign. There are other augmentation forces from the nearby regions, 3, 4, 4B, 6, 7. And of course, again, we consider also that on such occasion, we do not also compromise the situation on these provinces. Yes, Inda.
Aside from the main event, which is the leaders' meeting, some of the leaders have other schedules, right, arranged by their embassies and their delegations. Are you prepared to recommend possibly a cancellation or scaling down of the other non-APEC activities, and what could prompt this? What scenario could possibly prompt this?
Siguro, Linda, is mga National Organizing Committee na ang pwedeng sumagot po pagdating po dyan, ano? But again, we will stick to what schedules they have, kung ano po yung original schedules. Yung pong aming mga security forces is sticking to what is the original plan. Again, yung mga schedule po nila. For the past days naman is marami pa pong mga delegates na nag-iikot, mga bisita natin, and of course, ang security contingent po natin, tinatawag natin dyan na security package is being accorded to them. Maraming nag-iikot sa iba-ibang probinsya, Pampanga, Bulacan, try to see and try to learn our culture. And okay naman yun dahil nakikita nila ang ating bansa. But again, kung ano po yung unang at original plan, we'll stick to that. The economic leaders pa nga pala is the security, ang in charge po sa security na economic leaders ang PSG.
Sir, aside from
Yes.
the plans that we have po, no, after what happened to Paris, yung mga foreign economic leaders po ba, nag-augment din sila ng security nila?
Sa ngayon, as of this time, wala pong mga any adjustment na binigay sila. That was also
Di po sila nagpadala?
Wala pa pong adjustments ngayon. Yan po ay sinabi po ng ating chief ng Philippine National Police this morning. But again, sabi nga, any contingencies will be taken into consideration by the security forces.
Kasi before dati, there was a time nag-assign kayo ng bomb sniffing dog sa MRT. May history tayo ng bombing sa buses, especially non-air conditioned bombing buses. So,
Lahat ng mga route, lahat ng mga areas of convergence, lahat ng mga billeting areas, venue, meron tayong tinatawag na security package. It is composed of EOD K9, Tactical Operations Center, merong pedestrian control, vehicle pass.
sir, in non-APEC routes, because
Yes,
those are the soft targets.
Yes, on the other hand, nabanggit ko na kanina, meron po tayong nakatutok po dyan. There is a task group, a joint task group that is designated.
Can you cite specific measures taken?
Sa ngayon po is yung Task Force on Anti-Criminality po is supervised po that ng no less than Chief Superintendent Capa. At yung mga measures na ginagawa natin with regard to anti-criminality campaign, kagaya nung, well, yung normal naming function, kagaya ng lambat-sibat, which is a normal police function.
So walang extra security measures?
Ang concentration natin for now is, yun nga, sa APEC activities. But of course, meron din tayong mga measures for the presence of policemen, especially doon sa kagaya niyan, mga alam natin ang mga kababayan din natin ay may balak na umuwi. Yung mga bus terminals and other airports and seaports. Land lang pala ngayon kasi yung ibang airports is hindi na sila makakalipad. Ang ibang mga aeroplano is meron tayong mga designated po doon na mga police din na dapat magbantay. And of course, yung normal patrols natin na ginagawa ng mga kapulisan dito sa Metro Manila.
Ano po yung mga adjustments na ginawa nyo after the Paris attacks? Meron bang adjustments
Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, yung pag-adjust nito is scalable or graduated. For now, ang initial namin na adjustment yung physical barriers. So maybe you can notice perhaps yung mga ibang barriers na nilalagay natin. And then from time to time, tataas yan. Sabi ko nga kanina, you can perhaps notice yung patrols from time to time as dumadating tayo doon sa palapit na yung, of course, yung main event. Kaya sabi ko nga, well, it's high time for the public to really expect that measures, policemen, together with the Armed Forces of the Philippines personnel will be there in the streets. So far, wala pa naman, Manny, kasi sabi ko nga, we stick to the plan. Yung sa plano naman talagang ganun, graduate or scalable yung tinatawag nating pag-increase ng intensity ng security.
Sir, when the leaders will be meeting sa PICC, how far will they be from the ordinary life na walang security? Gaano kalayo?
Siguro operational matters na yun. I'm really sorry but I cannot really tell you kung gaano sila kalayo.
Thank you.
Sir, but we're confident enough to say na we could protect all these economic leaders while they're here for
Yes.
any terror attack.
Yes. The security forces, the government is confident that our visitors will be safe and secure in our country. And again, may I say that it is not, we appeal to the whole country. This is our show. This is our opportunity. This is our chance. Siguro we stand as a one nation in this kind of event. Huwag lang po natin iasa sa security forces. Of course, andyan yung resources, andyan yung personnel, but again, the public, the country, the people in itself, the Filipino people, should stand as one. Let us not be intimidated by this kind of messages or any disinformation that is coming in the media or tri-media or quad media. Tumayo po tayo bilang Pilipino. Pakita natin sa buong mundo na tayo po yung nagkakaisa at kaya po natin ito. 20 years after, then bihira po ito. Kaya siguro, para makilala naman tayo sa mundo, na kaya natin i-secure ang ating mga bisita. Okay? Thank you very much for your presence. Magandang hapon po. Manny? May cheerer, ha?